Welcome! We are continuing with middle school math, made easy, simple visual math, solving using proportions in this video to find missing values in a table, a table that represents a proportional relationship. So let's understand that for a moment. Here is a table, and it has a missing value where the question mark is, and it is important to understand that the reason we can use proportions to solve for the missing value is because this table is proportional. It represents proportional relationship. And that's something you should have learned. If you did not learn that, maybe in the future we'll be making videos on that. But for now, that means that any two rows in the table, we can set up a proportion and the two ratios will be equal. So what we have to do here to find the missing value is we are going to start with our recipe, and I went over this in my previous video. And the recipe is going to tell us the order that we're going to use, and we need to stick to that order. And then we have to also make sure that when we put the numbers from the row into the ratio, whether this one or this one, we have to make sure that we put the numbers that go together in the correct ratio. So we can't put the 7 with the 66 because it's not on the same row. We have to put the 7 together with the $38.50. We have to make sure that the buddies, quote unquote, think of them as buddies or teammates, go together in the same ratio. We also have to make sure, another thing here that we have to do that we did not do in the previous problem is here there's extra information. So we only need 3 values, 3 numbers, and 1 unknown, because there are 4 values we're going to put into this proportion. And here they're giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. They're giving us 5 numbers and 1 unknown. We only need 3 numbers and 1 unknown for our proportion. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to figure out what here is extra information, and we're going to cross that out and not pay attention to it so it doesn't confuse us. So first we're going to start with our recipe. We're going to ignore everything else and just focus on the recipe. Now, before with our word problem, sometimes it's harder to figure out the recipe, what to put in the recipe. But here with the table, you're just going to take the 2 titles of the table, and in this example, it's rice or pounds and cost. So those are the 2 things we're going to put in our recipe. Now, you can go in any order, like I showed in the previous 2 videos, part 1 and 2, that as long as you stick to your order, it doesn't matter if you choose to put rice first and then cost, or cost first and then rice. I'm going to put the cost first, just because, in the previous videos I didn't always do this, but when we do unit rate, we do have to put cost first, then order does matter, so I'm just going to put cost first. And then I'm going to put rice on the bottom, or the pounds. So rice or pounds on the bottom. So once we put the 2 things that we're comparing, which in this case is just the 2 titles in our table, once we set up our recipe, that determines the order. So no matter what we put into our ratios, into our proportions here and here, we must make sure that anything we put on the top must be something that represents an amount of money, of the cost. And anything that we put in the bottom 2 boxes, whether a variable or a number, must be something that represents the amount of pounds, or the rice. So the rice pounds. So whether we put it here or here, it has to be a rice or pound. So let's look at that for a moment. Anything in this column here is the cost, so that when any of these numbers might appear in any of these boxes and will not appear on the bottom. These will appear on the top. And anything that is in the column with the rice and pounds, let me get another marker, a pen here. Okay, so anything in this column, the 7, 12, or the variable, must be on the bottom in this box or this box. And again, this is using this recipe. If you do it, this method with the recipe, if you do it a different way, then sometimes you could put it on the bottom or top differently, but I'm using this method. So that's one thing we need to look out for. And the next thing we need to look out for is to make sure we put the numbers together that belong together. So anytime we put something in a ratio, if you're going to use this row, the 7 and the $38.50 must be together in the same ratio, Or if we use this row, the 12 and 66 must be in the same ratio. Or if we use this row, the question mark or the variable and the 88 must be in the same ratio, either this one or this one. They must be together. So those are the two things we need to be careful with. We went over that in the previous video as well. And with more practice, you'll get better at it. So let's jump right in and start with the first thing we need to do. So here I wrote, here put the information from the first row that is filled in. So we're going to look for a row that is filled in. And I see two rows that are completely filled in. I see this row and this row. And again, it does not matter which row you choose. Choose one of those rows. You will get the same answer as long as you follow all the different things, the recipe and the order and the pairing properly. But it doesn't matter which row you choose. So I'm going to choose the second row. I'm going to use this row here. And that means that I do not need this row. I'm going to cross it out. Or if you were doing this, you might want to block it with your hand. We're going to ignore that. We only need one row that is completely filled in. Because we need to focus on two rows, because we need a total of 4 things, 3 numbers, and 1 variable, and we of course for sure must include the row on the bottom. Why do we have to include this row? Because this is the row with the question mark, with the unknown. If we don't include it, we're not going to solve for anything. So we take one row that's filled in, and I chose this one. We don't need any other row that's completely filled in, so we ignore this. I'm crossing it out. And we must use the row that has the question mark or the variable, and that one I will put in this ratio. And then this row I'm going to put in this ratio. So now we know the 12 and 66 are go together. They are buddies, quote unquote, or the same team. They're going to be put into this ratio. And we know the question mark or the variable, I'm going to use a variable, and the 88 go in this ratio together. They are, quote unquote, buddies, or the same team, and they go together. So once you determine what you use, now we have to use the recipe to determine the order. So we have a 12 and a 66. So first I'm going to say, oh, 12, is that 12 pounds or $12? So I go up to the top, I see this is 12 pounds. And when I go to my recipe says pounds goes on the bottom. So do I put the 12 on the top or the bottom? I put the 12 on the bottom because it says pounds go on the bottom in my recipe. I have to follow the recipe, and 12 is the pounds. Now I know it's going to be with the 66, so the 66 must go here. And just to make sure, the 66 is the money. It says it here. And recipe says that the money, the cost, goes on the top. Now, my next row that I'm using has to be this one, because I need to have an unknown. And then I'm going to use the proportion to solve. So now I have the question mark and the 88. So the question mark, I look up on the top, and I see this is in the column with the pounds, the question mark, the variable. Actually, I'm going to use a question mark so you don't get confused, but it doesn't matter if it's a question mark or variable. Question mark is going to go on the top or the bottom. Well, the question mark is the rice, the pounds. And our recipe says the pounds and the rice goes on the bottom. So I put the question mark on the bottom. And now we know that the question mark and the 88 are paired together. They are like buddies or teammates. They go together. So I'm going to put the 88, it has to go here, and just to show you that it makes sense according to the recipe, I see the 88 is the cost, and the cost, according to our recipe, goes on the top. So now, let me just erase everything on the top because I don't want it to be confusing. So you see now we have this table, and we have our proportion set up, and once you have a proportion, if you don't know how to solve it, you could go back to my previous video. I'm just going to go over it very quickly how to solve it. I look for the numbers that are across from each other. I see 66 is not across from a number. It is across from a variable. So I am not going to use the 66 right now. And I'm going to look at the other two numbers. And I see the 12 and the 88. I'm going to circle them. They are across from each other. Two numbers across from each other. Those are the numbers that we are going to multiply together. And then the last number that's left, which is the 66 here, is, let me use a different color for that so you don't get confused. So then the 66 is what we're going to divide by. So the hardest part for some students might be setting it up, but once you set it up, if you watch the previous video on how to solve, then the second video in the proportion series of videos, it tells you how to solve. It's simple. So we're going to do 12 times 88 on the calculator. I got 1,056. I'm going to divide by 66, and I get 16. And what that means is now I have to go back to the question, and I see it says find the missing value in this table. So I'm just going to write the answer. So this is equal to 66. And if I had to write a sentence, it would mean that 16 pounds of rice cost $88. Now, since it's a proportional relationship, I can check to make sure they will have the same unit rate, and that is going to be for a different video. So I hope you found this helpful. If you would like more worksheets like this, where it writes everything out with the visuals and step-by-step, please go to Amazon or Teacher Pay Teacher. You can also follow me on Pinterest for more worksheets. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I have linked more of my videos here. Thank you.